With UFC 314 coming up this weekend, we cannot look past the battle of the Dana White privilege. Michael Chandler, the muscle nugget, versus the long-lost member of the Beatles, Paddy Pimblett, as the co-main event, and it's time for a deep dive into it, as this fight has the potential to really be the trigger to reshaping the lightweight division. As if Paddy Pimblett wins this fight, it's cementing the fact that the new guard is coming through a lot faster than we think, and the old guard, well, is getting old. And it's not only huge for Paddy at the end of the day, this is a crucial fight for Michael Chandler to keep getting money fights like Max Holloway potentially, and potential rematches with guys like Justin Gaethje, over getting fed to the wolves that are breaking through the rankings, who are looking incredible at the moment, that he will have to face if he loses, like Ignacio Bahamondes and Alvarez. So it's either going to be Chandler's career spiraling down, or Paddy is going to get fraud checked. And of course, this is not a damn easy fight to analyze or predict, that is for sure. And if you've seen my UFC 314 predictions video that I released the other day, and of course this thumbnail as well, I do have Michael Chandler winning this fight as the underdog pick here. Now, if I have any English fans on here, please don't click off the video just yet. It's definitely not a comfortable pick, especially with Michael Chandler's damn fight IQ always translating to entertainment over efficiency in almost all of his matchups, where he never fails to entertain the crowd, but almost always fails to get the damn win. But who Michael Chandler has failed to get those wins against are the caliber of opposition that Paddy Pimblett has not even had a sniff at yet. So it's clear to say that Michael Chandler's experience runs circles around Paddy's, obviously at this point. He has literally made every fight that he has lost in the UFC extremely competitive, being a split second from chinning Oliveira the first time they fought, hurting Dustin Poirier consistently early on in their fight, and putting Justin Gaethje on bloody skates, and then also putting Charles in trouble again in the last round of their second fight. So he's always showed these moments of brilliance against the literal best of the best at 155 pounds. And Paddy Pimblett is a great upcoming fighter. Do not get me wrong. I really like him, and I especially like his mindset. He's a very class guy, but he's not coming in here as the toughest guy that Chandler has ever faced, whereas Chandler is going to be the toughest guy that Paddy has ever faced. Now, on paper, Chandler, with the resume he has, and when we are looking at the striking realm, he should realistically be winning this fight. He's much more explosive, has shown no real lack of cardio across 5 rounds, whereas Paddy has against Julian Erosa. Even though he won that fight, he did show a lack of cardio there, and his 2 decision losses in Cage Fury on top of that were 5 rounds. And when we look at that, as well as the power generation and the speed, they are on Chandler's side. So we've got the cardio, we've got the power, and we've got the speed. And Chandler is very good with his stance switching, pressing forward to cover distance effectively with his shorter frame, which is how he took out Dan Hooker. And granted, statistically, Paddy and Chandler are literally mirror images of each other. They have the same output, same accuracy, and same strike absorption rates. But with Chandler, these defensive statistics are brought on by elite strikers in Gaethje and Charles and Poirier, and his ridiculous knack of getting into insane brawls with them. Whereas Paddy's absorption statistics are less forgiving, as he hasn't fought any great strikers aside from Jared Gordon to an extent, who is nowhere near your Poiriers and your Gaethjes at that level. And Jared Gordon was able to tee off with the hooks on the front foot against Paddy, because Paddy has his chin so ridiculously high in his fights for him to be tagged, which Jared Gordon was doing a fantastic job of. And the problem here ultimately is Chandler's defensive flaws are brought on by the fight style that he chooses, that brawler style. Otherwise, he's actually very good at keeping a tight guard. Whereas Paddy's are clearly fundamental defensive flaws with his striking defense, which we have not seen fixed. His chin was high as hell against Tony Ferguson, and I mean, to be fair to him, he took out Bobby Green in an instant, so we couldn't see anything there. But keep that chin there with that defensive floor against the speed and the power of Chandler, and let's see what happens. A KO TKO finish is what I believe will happen if that is not fixed. So on the feet, Chandler ultimately has the advantage with the power, the explosivity, and the switch stance ability on the front foot to cut off the reach advantage that Paddy does have. But with all that being said, everything I have just said could mean an absolute fat load of fuck all, because if Chandler decides to randomly double leg Paddy through the fucking cage fence randomly and gets it to the ground, Paddy Pimblett will submit him. I am very confident. Paddy is absolutely no joke on the ground. His BJJ carries him through heavily into the top of that lightweight division. He is a second-degree black belt, and Chandler going down there against one is not a good idea, especially with the arsenal that Paddy has off of his back. I mean, he is 100% getting slept if that does occur, and if he does take him down, seriously, I hope Paddy sleeps him, because it's a ridiculously stupid thing to do. But let's just say, and yes, it's what I'm riding on here in this hot take, which I can already seeing it being a fucking colossal mistake, is if Chandler actually uses fight IQ to keep this fight on the feet and dart in and out on a linear angle effectively and not take this to the ground, he will win this fight. And Chandler's a good wrestler, but it's not saving him against Paddy's BJJ. But the BJJ can only occur from Chandler's mistake. As Paddy, with the wrestling offense, it's just simply just not good enough. He's got a 25% takedown accuracy, which I am not riding on against Chandler, who has a much stronger wrestling background. But something that just can't be underestimated is Paddy's physical strength overall. He is a fucking unit at lightweight. He's packed on a lot of muscle over recent years. Literally, even from the start of his UFC career up till now, he has just gained so much muscle, and that's great for him in clinch exchanges, which I definitely think that Paddy can find success more so in that part of the striking, but not more so at distance. But also at the same time, as a double-edged sword, carrying that mass like he did against Tony Ferguson, he definitely has the propensity to slow down, especially being exacerbated in a 5-round fight this time. And I would be more inclined to be on Paddy's side if this was a 3-round fight, in all honesty, but that is something that definitely has to be taken into consideration. But ultimately, if Paddy is not tightening that strike defense by tucking that chin, Chandler is going to find the mark within 25 minutes. But Chandler must not get taken down or must not take Paddy down. And that, as I said, I honestly hope Paddy wins this fight, dead ass. Like, he deserves to win this fight, because that dog shit fight IQ, if that goes through, I mean, Paddy is gonna have a field day. But dog shit fight IQ aside, and the urgency Chandler needs to show here for his relevance in the UFC, he knows he's got that to rely on. He needs this win. He will get this done by a late KO TKO finish. But I will not be surprised with the durability of Paddy, with how good his weight cut will be. He's very healthy at the moment, and he said that he's having a very good weight cut through the Nelk Boys podcast, and just how filled out he is at lightweight. I will not be surprised with that durability if he does survive through to a decision. But Chandler at boxing range, he is a guy that's going to be able to have the advantage there overall in comparison to a guy like Paddy Pimblett and the striking that he has shown. So realistically, I do think that Chandler is definitely going to be swinging the first round and the championship rounds here. I think Paddy is going to be able to use that brawler style against Chandler while he has stamina, but Chandler in the first round is just so ridiculously explosive to where I don't think he's going to be able to keep up the pace of Chandler. But going deeper into within the 3rd and 4th rounds, that's where I think Paddy Pimblett is just really going to have to show that grit and show that ability to either seriously get Chandler down or find holes in that striking to take him out. Because otherwise, I think in that 3rd and 4th round, if he can't adjust to that, Scousers do get knocked out. And ultimately, I do love them both, and I'm honestly just here for a good scrap, to be honest, but regardless, this fight is extremely important for not only both of them, but to help shape the future of the lightweight division. Now, speaking of Big Iron Mike in this video, if you haven't already, I highly recommend you check out my mythical matchup video of him versus Josh Emmett, where I analyze who would win that barn burner of a fight between those two bloody muscle nuggets. Please like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way for the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.